Selling in the billions each year, Rainbow Mealworms is your one-stop shop for all your insect needs. Their quality feeders and A-plus customer service keep me coming back to support the health and growth of all of our animals. Visit them today at rainbowmealworms.net to place your order. I want to take this time to shout out Redline Shipping. They are the #1 fastest growing reptile and animal shipping company in the world right now, and that is for good reason. Use promo code GECKO5 today at checkout for an additional $5 off your shipping label.
I could hear it moving. All right, guys, welcome back to Geeky Gecko Creations. We got Jacob behind us rolling with the camera right now. We got a new box of 10 new and rare species that we're going to be working with. Obviously, if you guys saw my last live stream, we had an adult of this species that was supposed to come, but there was some bad weather in Memphis, and so we decided to wait off on shipping for that. However, the babies did come in the mail. We're going to open them today. You're obviously going to know what family of reptile this is, but you won't know what species because there's multiple species and all the babies look very, very similar. That reveal will come next week, and we might do like a discounted giveaway if you could guess what species this is. But we will see. So let's just go ahead and unbox them live now. I can hear them moving in here, and obviously unboxing animals live is a very risky business because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, a worst case scenario, I could potentially delete this video, but I can hear that these animals are pretty alive and moving around pretty nicely, and I'm very excited to open this up. You might see questions come through too, Jacob. Okay. All right, so we got them in bags, and we're just going to have to unbox one bag at a time. There should be 10 of them in here. They are moving around nicely. We got our trusty cutter right here. All right, let's get this first one open. Actually, I might not need to cut with electrical tape. I could just peel. Oh yeah, so, oh, there's the chat. So there you can kind of scroll up and down to see. Now, if you guys have followed me for any period of time, you know how passionate I am about this species. He's moving right here. He's right here. How passionate I am about this species. This species has multiple kinds of different species and subspecies, and some of them are way more rare to find than others. Oh, and here we go. And I was able to find the rare species of this one. So beautiful, in really good condition. We got 10 of these. 10 of these. The one thing I love about agamids, they don't lose their tail. Or I mean, at least this agamid. This type of agamid, which is a sailfin dragon, does not lose its tail. Now, this is just a juvenile right here. Well-started juvenile. But it is a very unique and rare species of sailfin that was on my bucket list to work with. So we're going to put this one in water, inspect it real quick, make sure it's all good, put it in water, and then I will be setting them up in their cage, and I'll do an official cage video of these guys probably next week when the adult comes in, because the adult is a very, very massive and impressive animal. And so we're going to show that off next week. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we're going to let them. They are beautiful swimmers. Yeah. Beautiful, awesome swimmers. It's tough to get. You could move the camera down, Jacob, a little bit, but you can see this goes like this too, like that. So you could kind of, yeah. So you could kind of see how well this animal is naturally equipped in water. So we're just going to let them sit in water right now and hydrate. This is a beautiful and rare species of sailfin dragon that only recently started becoming imported more legitimately. Okay, we'll head back over here now. The reason I say more legitimately is because oh, there's 2 of them in here. Hello. The reason I say more legitimately is because in the past, when sailfin dragons were imported into the United States, they were imported as cross species, hybrids. But now we're starting to get, on rare occasion, pure species so that you can get oh, you know what you could do? If you could step out of the light, you know what I mean? You see how that like your body or whatever, yeah, you could just kind of like align it or something. This one's really, really dark. That's awesome. But now we're starting to get these guys in on rare occasions. A couple of times a year from importers. Oh, cool. He marked them. So these are 2 possible females. Nice. Perfect. Thank you for doing that, Jose. Appreciate it. Another 2 possible females. I asked him for 5 males and 5 females if he could try to pick them out. And he told me they import these a couple of times a year, and it just started becoming more legitimate. Like I said earlier, it was really hard to import these guys and get the actual species that you wanted. And now it seems like, at least for the time being, you can import these and get the actual species that you want. Which I'm not going to say what species this is, but just know it is a very rare species of sailfin dragon, and we're going to show off the adult next week live in person. It's going to be crazy. So there's another possible female, and we got a 4th possible female here. There she is. There's that eye. That famous inquisitive sailfin eye right there that just stares and looks at you wonderfully. And we are probably going to make some of these guys available. I'm going to get them settled in. I might even wait to sell them as subadults, because when they're subadults and closer to breeding size, they become much, much more valuable. But if you guys want some of these, let me know, because I can work with the importer. I can get a bunch in and then resell a bunch out. I bought up almost every single one that he had of this particular species, and he said that he only gets these shipments in a couple of times a year. And like I said, prior to this year, this particular species, it was really difficult to get because they were all hybrids and they were all mixed. And a hybrid, when it comes to Hydrosaurus, when it comes to sailfin dragons, you don't want hybrids. You want pure locality, because every locality has something special and unique about it. And this locality is unlike any of the other localities. Super, super cool. You see any questions? All right, we got a pos male here. And if you know anything about sailfin dragons, males are always the more impressive of the sexes, because male sailfin dragons are the ones that develop the big fins. Oh yeah, yeah, you could already see it on these babies, or at least one of them. Let me see this one. Not too much on this one, but I think on the other one you could definitely see a little bit more of a fin. Look at the way they look at you. This species is so underrated. My goal is to blow this species up in popularity, because they're really rewarding animals. They're really willing to trust, and you can work with them. They're really reluctant to bite. As you can see, this animal is a little flighty, but it's not bitey, right? What more can you ask for in a large, impressive species like this that doesn't bite? You can see those deep green bars going down its sides. That might be a little bit of a clue, but very, very cool species. Ah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we're going to wash this one off. I'm trying to think if I should give a little explanation of the different species and the popularity and the allure to all of the species. This one's another 2 possible males. Should I give a little history of the species? We got a couple more to open. Okay, I will give a little history of the species, and you guys can guess which species is my favorite and which one I got. So my favorite species has actually changed from last year to this year to last year, I should say. it's changed. Two possible males. So, see, a little flighty, but no biting. That's wonderful. I'm also doing like a health inspection of these guys as I open them up too. Sailfin dragons are really easy to keep. They feed like crazy. They eat like crazy. And when you start to work with them, you can absolutely calm these guys down to be dog tame, so that in Indonesia and Asia, where these guys are from, the keepers and breeders over there, they literally walk around with these guys on their shoulders as if it's a giant parrot, like a bird of prey. It's crazy. And these guys will be so tame. They'll eat right out your hand. They'll be good with kids. I was going to be like, Jacob, grab. So the main species of sailfin dragon. Let's start at the very, very top. Oh, we got one? Yeah, see if you could grab the gecko. That's fine. All right, Jacob's going to see if he could grab a gecko. He saw a loose gecko that we had here.
It's one of the lizards.
The sailfins?
Yeah.
Wait, it jumped out?
Mm-hmm.
Where? It ran behind the geckos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's because there's that venting there. Which tub did it jump out of? It jumped out of the male tub? Great. All right, so we're gonna put the lids on. See, good thing you can grab them by the tail and not worry about their tails falling off. Super cool. All right, so this is one possible male here. This should be our last possible male. And then we have one more possible female. All right. So getting back to a little bit of Hydrosaurus education, the biggest of the Hydrosaurus species is kind of classified in two different areas. There's a giant white one and a giant black one. That's Hydrosaurus. They just got reclassified, but the giant white one is Hydrosaurus microlophus. And then the giant black one is Hydrosaurus celebensis. And then the giant, there's a Filipino sailfin dragon, which is kind of the most colorful, but it's not as big. And those ones, you should not really see those imported, because those ones are illegal to import from the Philippines. But there are a bunch of people in captivity that have them. And there's a bunch of captive breeders that have the Filipino version. Then there is the general version, which is a little bit of a smaller version, which is Hydrosaurus. Oh, the Filipino version is Hydrosaurus punculatus. And then the smaller like general versions of sailfin, which was the common versions that were brought in prior to this year. The common version is Hydrosaurus amboinensis and Hydrosaurus weberi. Those are the two smaller versions. And the weberi is actually really, really pretty and colorful as well. But which version did I get and which version did I put more value on for me to get? You guys will have to wait next week and see the adult version. But it's going to be one of those. So take a vote in the comments or in the chat right now. What do you think? Did I get the giant white ones, which is Hydrosaurus microlophus? Did I get the giant black ones, which is Hydrosaurus celebensis? Or did I get the Filipino ones from a private breeder, which is Hydrosaurus punculatus? Or did I get the normal ones, which is amboinensis and or weberi? You guys will have to let me know in the comments below. And we will see you guys next week. Did you see any questions that maybe I missed or could answer?
Just about leopard geckos.
Oh, what was the leopard gecko question?
You just asked if all of those are leopard geckos in the back room.
Oh, yes. That is our leopard gecko collection. Now, because these guys get really, really big, I prepared some really massive cages for them outside. I wanted to see how big these guys are before I prep the cage that they go into. So I'm going to sign off here, get these guys prepped. You will see the adult one of these guys that I ordered next week, and then I'll do an official video and like cage setup and stuff for these guys as well. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, do you know how to end it? Yeah, you can end it. See you guys.